The sun rose over Lagos, casting a golden hue over the bustling market streets. The air was thick with the scent of spices, roasted plantains, and freshly baked bread. Voices called out in rhythmic chants, bargaining and laughter blending into a symphony of daily life. 16-year-old Bisola weaved through the narrow paths, balancing a stack of folded fabrics in her arms. She wore her neatly pressed school uniform, her bag slung over one shoulder as she hurried past the stalls. Bisola, slow down before you trip, her mother, Mama Tinu, called from behind a wooden stall, where brightly colored Ankara fabrics were neatly arranged. I won't, Mama. Bisola called back, adjusting the bundle in her hands. I just need to drop these before school. Her mother sighed, watching her daughter with a mix of pride and concern. Bisola was hard-working, just like her, but there was always a restless energy in her, a longing for something beyond the market. As Bisola rushed past the market entrance, something unusual caught her eye. A young man, about her age, stood before a faded brick wall, a paintbrush in his hand. His jeans were streaked with splashes of color, and his short curly hair was messy from hours of work. He was painting. She slowed down, captivated by the mural unfolding before her. Bright, swirling colors formed the figures of market vendors, a woman carrying a basket of oranges, a tailor measuring fabric. It was the market, alive on the wall. Nice work, Bisola said without thinking. The boy turned, flashing a grin. Thanks. I'm Depo. You did all this? She asked, stepping closer. Yeah, he said, wiping his hands on a rag. I want people to see the market the way I do, full of stories, full of life. Bisola had never thought of the market that way before. It was just her daily reality, a place she had to be. But now, looking at Depo's work, she saw it differently. That evening, she found herself back at the mural, watching as Depo added fine details to a trader's face. I wish I could do something like this, she murmured. You can, Depo said, handing her a brush. Try it. She hesitated, then carefully painted a delicate pattern onto a woman's dress in the mural. Depo nodded approvingly. You've got an eye for detail, he said. An idea sparked in Bisola's mind. What if we painted something bigger? Something that really captures the spirit of the market? Depo's eyes lit up. That sounds amazing. The next day, they searched for a spot to paint their vision. They asked vendors, shop owners, and stall keepers. Some shook their heads, uninterested. Others smiled but had no space to offer. Finally, in a quiet section of the market, they found an old, worn wall, covered in faded posters and peeling paint. It was perfect. This is it, Bisola whispered. With brushes and borrowed paints, they began. Depo worked with bold strokes, shaping the figures of traders and children. Bisola focused on patterns, painting the flowing fabrics, the baskets of fruits, the shimmering beads. At first, no one noticed them. The market was too busy, too caught up in its usual rhythm. But slowly, people began to stop and watch. One afternoon, a market official arrived, frowning at their work. What is all this nonsense? He demanded. Bisola stepped forward, heart pounding. It's a tribute to the market. To the people who make it what it is. The man scoffed. You should be focusing on school, not wasting time on walls. Before Bisola could respond, an elderly fruit seller stepped up. Let them be. This is beautiful. More vendors gathered, murmuring in agreement. The official sighed. Fine. But don't cause trouble. Bisola and Depo exchanged relieved smiles. Day by day, their vision came to life. The market women, the street hawkers, the buyers and sellers, all immortalized in bold, vibrant strokes. When they finally finished, the mural stood alive, a breathtaking tribute to the place they called home. The next morning, the market gathered around their work. Vendors pointed excitedly at the faces they recognized in the painting. Children laughed, tracing their fingers over the colors. Even Mama Tinu, who had once been skeptical, wiped away a tear. A newspaper photographer arrived, taking pictures. Soon, people from outside the market came to see the mural. A textile shop owner even offered Bisola a small scholarship to study fashion design. Depo turned to her, his eyes shining. "We did it." She smiled. "Yes. And this is just the beginning." As the sun set over the market, their mural stood tall, a symbol of dreams, of love, of the beauty in the simple things.